Okay, Saturday the 27th on the Compete program. We are now on snatches. We've got a little complex, so snatch pull, hang power snatch, and overhead squat. We're back to 8 out of 10 RPE, so very different to what we did yesterday, going super heavy. Today, dialing that back, they should feel moderate at most, where you're actually able to really dial in and focus on technique and the movements that you're doing. So every 75 seconds for 8 sets. All of those sets, it's not a building, so we're not starting super light and just building to an 8 out of 10. All of the sets should feel around 8 out of 10. So that means you get yourself in the warm-up, you get yourself up to something that is feeling a little bit challenging, but nowhere near max, and you just maintain the same weight across all of those sets. It should feel solid, and it gives you time to work on technique at the same load, because if you are constantly increasing the load, the technique sometimes is more difficult to work on because you feel like you have to change a little bit as the weights get heavier. So trying to use a very similar load across all those sets, so you can really dial in the movement pattern across the sets. You have an optional gymnastic strength piece after that, which is focused on L-sit holds and strict weighted pull-ups. Just choosing a version of the pull-ups and the L-sit hold that's going to allow you to add really good quality to that piece, because that's not a fast working piece. The Metcon for today. So we have different intervals. You're going to alternate between B1 and B2. You're going to work every 5 minutes for 6 sets. So it's 3 of each. 21/18 calories rowing, 15 power snatch, and 9 burpee pull-ups, using the same standard that we had in the open. So you have to use a pull-up bar that is above your max reach when your hands go together. And B2 is the same rowing, then 15 overhead squats, and now 9 burpee chest bar pull-ups. So we're just advancing that movement a little bit. So I would say almost at B1 will be more difficult, especially in terms of grip, because you have that power snatch into the burpee pull-ups. So potentially having to break up that power snatch, even though it's a light barbell, breaking it up multiple times to be able to have get over to the burpee pull-ups and cycle that movement a little bit faster. And for B2, I would say that you're ideally looking to go unbroken on the overhead squats, and then just working really hard on the chest bars. And instead of that kind of jump and just pull your chin straight over the bar, you're probably going to have to jump to a dead hang and then start a full kip. Make sure you get the chest touch, so it doesn't feel like a really difficult strict pull-up every single rep. So I would definitely just play around with that technique a little bit during this workout. And then you just have some barbell good mornings, some GHD sit-ups, and Russian twists to finish in the accessory piece.